All right, welcome everybody. Thank you for attending this. So this is our Indiana ACAC and Stripes Care Fan college fairs. So if you've already attended fairs, you probably have heard of this before, but just some housekeeping. So how do you ask questions? Make sure you submit all your questions through the Q&A. Your camera and microphone are going to be turned off through this whole presentation. So if you have those questions, make sure you submit them. And then do be sure to sign up for more sessions to learn more about other universities. And you can check it out through this website right here. And then the recording will be available. So if your internet cuts out or you have to leave, you'll be able to access all this information at a later time. And now I'm going to turn it over to our presenter.
Thank you. Let me share my screen here. Here we go. So welcome to Maryville University presentation. My name is Antonio. I am an assistant director of admissions at Maryville University, and I'm also the representative for the whole state of Indiana. So if you have more questions, you can always refer and email me or call me or whatever you guys choose to do so. So Maryville University, we were originally founded in 1872. Believe it or not, we're one of the oldest private institutions actually in the region, which is kind of cool. But the cooler part is actually we moved to our physical campus in the early 50s. Therefore, when you walk around campus, it's not 1872 per se, and everything's fairly modern. So originally founded as an all-Catholic female school. When we moved to our campus in the early 50s, we actually separated from the church, as well as we became co-educational. We also have a chapel on campus, so for those of you guys who are interested in participating in religious services, we do have a wide range of close to 4 different services to our offer throughout the week. So if you guys are still interested in participating in some religious services. With that said, our total population is a little bit over 10,000 students, but that includes our online, postgraduate, and graduate students. But our traditional on-campus population is a little bit over 2,800, actually pretty close to 2,900 students on campus, which is still fairly small. So we are a small liberal arts institution, to put that in better perspective, but we do have all 50 states represented in our on-campus population, as well as 58 different countries. Roughly about 10% of our on-campus population is actually international students. But with that said, to be quite frankly honest, the bulk of our international students are Canadians, as we do have we have ice hockey, lacrosse, men's and women's lacrosse, and men's and women's ice hockey. So you'll hear a lot of A on campus, which is kind of funny at first, but then you get used to it, which is also really nice. Maryville University. So we do have 4 different colleges. So we do have the College of Arts and Science, Health Profession, School of Education, as well as School of Business. We do have over 90-degree program opportunities for students, so wide range of programs and opportunities for you guys to major in. But our top 5, of course, are physical therapy, which is direct entry physical therapy. We have a direct entry nursing program. We have a sports business management, which is 1 of 25 who are housed in the School of Business. We also have a cybersecurity in our School of Business, and we do have a graphic design, which is very strong. Graphic design program is top in the area as well. And with that said, 90% of our faculty hold a PhD or terminal degree within the specific field. With that said, they're very, very, very educated within their specific field, but it's not to say that you won't be able to have normal conversations with them. We do not have any teaching assistants or TA, nor graduate assistants who are teaching classes. Everything is taught by the faculty in our campus. Average class size is about 17 students. 15 to 20 students is what we say, which is, to be quite frankly honest, about 17. Classes are capped out at 25. So the biggest class you'll ever have is actually you and 24 other students to one professor. But we do have our biggest class, which is about 45 students, and is actually you and 44 other students, but it has 3 faculties teaching the class actually, and it's your intro to university studies. Kind of unique about Maryville, we do not have a lecture hall in our campus. So majority of the classes are actually innovative learning spaces, which is not what your typical classroom looks at, where you are sitting in rows staring at a blackboard or whiteboard. It's more open discussion, more circular round table discussion as well. And you'll be able to collaborate with diverse group of students and diverse group of population in the classroom, which is also very nice. and you'll be able to take the skills that you learn in the classroom into your internship and potential jobs as well, which is also very nice that you're not in a traditional classroom where you get to interact with your peers and the professor on a more regular basis. That said, we do have an active learning ecosystem in our campus. We are an Apple distinguished school, which that means that 100% of our incoming freshmen actually receive an iPad as well as an Apple Pencil that is theirs to keep whenever they graduate. With that said, you'll be able to take, all your textbooks, which are included in tuition. I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. Textbook, take class notes, do homework, as well as write essays for classes and do homework again. Majority of our students will get a keypad that they'll be able to just type in the classroom, but if you like still writing by hand, you can also use your Apple Pencil as well. And if you're interested in the arts, you should be able to also draw in your iPad as well, which is another key thing. With that said, let's talk about Red Slide. So about 70% of our total incoming freshmen actually live on campus. We do have a little bit over 1,100 beds in our campus, which that means close to 38% of our student population actually lives on campus. First one, these are the three options for incoming freshmen. So Mouton Hall, which is your traditional residential hall or quote unquote dormitory style, where you share a room with someone else and then the bathroom with the hallway. It's not terrible as it is about 24 students sharing 5 showers and 5 stalls. And if you don't like cleaning bathrooms, this is probably the best place because they come and clean them twice a day for you guys. With that said, we have Potter Hall, which used to be a courtyard by Marriott. So imagine living in a hotel. So you share a room, a hotel-sized room with someone else, and then the bathroom with that one person. And then we managed to save the suites of the hotels. And in the suite of the hotel, we managed to accommodate 3 students. As you guys probably know, suites are a little bit bigger. Then with that said, our final option for incoming freshmen is Saints Hall, which is our newest facility on campus, residential hall facility on campus, which you have the opportunity to live with someone else in a double occupancy and share the bathroom with that one person. And then they also have the quad, or what we know as suite style, where you share a room with someone else and then the bathroom with 3 other students. So kind of Jack and Jill style, where you will share a room with someone else and then the bathroom with 3 other students. Single gender suites, it's a co-ed building. Scrolling down, let's talk about student life. So we do have over 100 clubs and organizations. Some of those clubs will be, academic club, sports, social, cultural awareness, as well as spiritual club opportunities. We do have in a normal year about 3,000 events in our campus, but this year, due to COVID and everything being digital and virtual, we have a little bit over 1,700 events for our students digitally to have access to events on campus. Cool part is if they don't have the club or organization that you want to be part of, you can create your own. And after a year, this university will start providing you with funds to create events for students as well. A lot of our events come with free food, free giveaways, as well as a lot of free t-shirts. So keep that in mind. I typically tell students not to bring their whole wardrobe, as it is subject to change fairly rapidly once they move on campus, because we give out so much free swag. So keep that in mind. Some other institutions are pretty similar as well. With that said, we're NCAA Division II, part of the Great Lakes Valley Conference. So we'll travel as far east as Evansville, Indiana, so southern Indiana, as far west as Kansas City, Missouri, and as far north as the suburbs of Chicago, which is Lewis and Romeoville, and as far south as Springfield, Missouri. So it's about a 4.5-hour radio from St. Louis, give or take, depending on who's driving, of course. But for men's sports, we have baseball, basketball, cross country, golf, lacrosse, soccer, swimming and diving, tennis, track and field, as well as wrestling. And then for women's, we do have basketball, bowling, cross country, golf, lacrosse, soccer, softball, swimming and diving, tennis, as well as track and field and volleyball. Then we also have club and intramural sports opportunities that also have a scholarship opportunities attached to it. So we do have esports, which we were national champs a couple of years ago. We do have men's and women's ice hockey, and then we have cheer, dance, and mascot as well that has scholarship opportunities. We also have a variety of clubs in intramural sports. If you guys are not interested in competing in the varsity level, that you guys can still stay active on campus. Let's talk about outcomes. So 97% of the students who graduate from our institution are actually enrolled back in grad school or have full-time, part-time job within 6 months of graduating. With that said, that's close to 15% higher than the national average, but how we manage to keep our success rate so high. So this are some, a brief snapshot of some strategic partners that we have partnered up throughout not only the St. Louis area, but nationwide, that allowed our students to have internships throughout the summers, semester long, or actually year round. So these corporations and organizations or businesses set aside a certain number of internships for Maryville students every year. So once you become a Maryville student, you can always go to our career service center, or you can just access our job posting board, and all those internship and opportunities that we have created with our partners will actually be posted for you guys to take advantage of it, which is probably the most important part to take advantage throughout your college career. So keep that in mind. And this is just a brief snapshot of those, corporations and businesses and organizations that we have created partnerships with. With that said, let's talk probably about the most important part, which is the Maryville University investment. This year, we actually did a 5% tuition reduction, which had brought our tuition down to $24,766. So that's full tuition. Since we're private, that's anything from 12 credits all the way up to 18 credits. So you can maximize or minimize however you want to. Typically tell students to stay between the range of 15 to 16 credits per hour, or 16 credits per hour per semester, sorry. With that said, if you're not interested in taking summer classes, you should be in good shape and still graduating in 4 years if you decide to take 15 to 16 credits per semester. We have the one fee. So the one fee includes all your lab materials, textbooks, health and wellness, fitness facility, campus activities. We have Maryville Cloud that has over 60 apps that otherwise you will pay for in the app stores. Technology fee. You don't have to pay additional per credit hour. You don't have to pay additional to get books. So books that cannot be digitally front loaded to your tablet, you just go pick them up at the bookstore. And actually, if you register for classes early enough, you should be able to have them delivered to your residence hall if you decide to live on campus. If not, you can just come on campus a week before and pick up the box of textbook that you'll be using for the semester. And then at the end of the semester, you just return them to the bookstore, so you don't have to worry about buying and selling your books, which is very nice. Room and board, we award based on Mouton Hall, which is where we see this bulk of our freshmen live on campus, even though you guys have plenty options to choose throughout campus. But then we also award based on meal plan C, which is $2,500. With that said, brings the total cost of attendance to $37,466. But of course, that price may vary depending on what room and board option you guys choose. With that said, here's a list of our automatic scholarships. We are test optional, so students are not required to submit their test scores if they don't want to. We have been test optional for the past 7 years, and we will continue to be test optional in the foreseeable future, regardless, I believe, unless that changes sometimes. But if you have a 3.5 or above, you'll automatically receive $14,000 off tuition and fees. If you have a 3.0 or above, you'll automatically receive $11,000 off your tuition and fees. And then if you have a 2.5, which is our bare minimum admissions requirement to the university, you'll automatically get you'll automatically get $9,000 off your tuition and fees. With that said, I typically tell students, do not submit your test scores if you have above a 3.5, as you automatically receive the highest scholarship. But let's say, for example, you have a 3.3, but you do have a 27 or 1290 test score. That's when I'll encourage you to submit your test scores. Therefore, it will give you a higher scholarship. So as long as you meet one or two criteria, you'll automatically receive the scholarship. So again, for example, a 3.5 or 27, 1290, your test score will guarantee you $14,000 off tuition. 3.0 or 24, 1180 on your test score will automatically grant you $11,000, and 2.5 or 22 and 1110 on your test score would automatically grant you $9,000 off tuition and fees. Scholarships are good for 10 consecutive semesters as long as you remain an undergraduate standard, and the bare minimum criteria to renew your scholarship every year is just maintaining above a 2.5 GPA in order to maintain your scholarship for your duration of your undergrad studies. With that said, here's a list of our competitive scholarship. There's no additional application for any of the competitive scholarship. So as long as you complete the application for admissions, and again, you meet one of the two criteria, you'll be extended an invitation to come and compete in our on-campus competition. We typically have 2 weekends in the month of January or February where students will come on campus and they do an array of competition as well as interviews. We understand that you guys are 17, 18, 19-year-old, so we don't expect a full interview for you guys. It's more of a conversation. So in our application, there's a resume portion where you should be able to put everything you have done throughout the high school. So you can take a look. So we can take a look, and when we're doing the quote unquote interview, which is more of a conversation, we'll be going over that and trying to figure out if you are a good fit for the presidential scholarship or trustee scholarship, which presidential is full tuition, full room and board. Bare minimum criteria to compete is 3.75 or 27,1290. Same criteria for our trustee, but we award a handful of those. We also have our multicultural scholars program, which is a program that students will participate throughout their 4 years at Maryville University, and they do in a wide range of getting embedded into multicultural settings, as well as diversity and inclusion, and getting embedded into the community in not only at Maryville, but also St. Louis wide. So we award close to 30 of those multicultural scholarships. We're all-inclusive campus, so anyone and everyone is eligible to compete and participate in our multicultural scholars program, and then they do award all the way up to 75% off tuition and fees. We also have the Martin Lombardi Scholarship, which is 50% off. In order to compete, it's a competitive scholarship. It's 50% off tuition, which we award 4 of them per year, which is nationwide. Unfortunately, the Donald Sucks is for African Americans in the metro area, St. Louis metro area, as well as Tomorrow's Innovators and Melissa Bricky. Those are for the St. Louis area. But if you're interested in design and visual arts, by submitting a portfolio for review, you should be eligible to compete for anything from $500 all the way up to $5,000 additional in scholarship opportunities. We also have First Robotics Scholarship. So if you participate in your first robotic competition for your high school team, we only request for you to submit the participation confirmation slip. Once you get that to us, we will be able to be entered to compete for an additional $3,000 annually. With that said, we also have Army ROTC. As those scholarships may vary, we always direct our students, if we're interested in Army ROTC, to go to goarmy.com, and there you'll get the wide range of scholarship opportunities that offers for students as well. With that said, how to apply? It's fairly simple. We take Common App as well as Coalition. You can actually complete your whole application from your cell phone, as we don't have required an essay no more. So completing the application, which would include your information, what you have done throughout high school, as well as you'll have to request your high school to send to us your high school transcript in order to complete the application process. If you guys have any questions regarding Maryville, please refer them to admissions@maryville.edu, or you guys can call 314-529-9300 with additional question. Again, thank you guys for joining in. And my name is Antonio. If you guys have any questions, you guys can also contact me as well. And now I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so Stripes can take over and give you guys a little bit more information regarding of what's going on with StrideScan and some of this information sessions in the state of Indiana.
Awesome, thank you. I'm just gonna quickly share my screen. So thank you all for joining us. Just some quick final details is that there will be a quick survey after this. It's only 4 questions, and definitely make sure that you fill that out so we know how to improve these sessions. Another reminder to definitely make sure that you sign up for more sessions to learn a little bit more about colleges in the US. And then this recording will be available for you to access shortly. So thank you guys so much for attending, and we hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.